Let's show how we take action in this year. First, we will show how we try to define the poverty problem in Japan. Actually, it is difficult for us to explicitly define what poverty issues are in Japan and how the Japan movement can provide solutions to deal with poverty as Taiwan one did. We divided our question into three sections: what, how, and who. When we started this project, we wondered what poverty problems are in Japan. 1/7 of children and 1/2 of single-parent households are suffering from their financial situation in Japan. Those whose income is less than 2 million are considered poverty in Japan. However, we still don't know how and what kind of people are suffering from poverty. Besides, during our research, we consider people living in poverty should be divided into two groups: visible and easy to handle one, and invisible and hard to handle one. Here comes our next question: is invisible poverty a problem in Japan? To begin with, visible poverty can be defined as those who have extremely low income or those who have a specific lifestyle. For example, homeless people, unemployed people, and children from extremely low-income households. In recent years, the government has provided aid for them and has effectively improved their financial situation and their living condition. On the other hand, there are people who cannot receive support from the government easily and are in danger of suffering from poverty in the future. For instance, the government tends to reject the requirement from the households whose income is from 2 to 5 million. Also, the number of these households has increased due to the pandemic and recession. Therefore, they are in invisible poverty situation. Also, 1/5 of students rely on student loan to pay their tuition. Furthermore, 8% of students are worried about whether they can be debt-free after graduation. 40% of students are worried about their living expense or their financial situation. Therefore, we consider these university students are likely to suffer from invisible poverty now or near future. We researched how students in Japan are suffering from poverty by questionnaire and statistics. This chart shows the proportion of students who are worried about their living expense and financial situation. We want to highlight the students who are living in boarding house as they are constantly worried about their financial situation and rate has surpassed other groups. This is the track of the question we have conducted this year. We will keep researching how to provide aid, who should receive aid. Besides, to construct a concrete minus-plus model in Japan next year, we want to discuss with enterprises what kind of waste issues are and how to decrease those waste issues in Japan and Kyoto. Enterprises have two roles in the PTC movement. One side is decreasing waste to solve climate change. The other one is changing from their waste to fund to solve the poverty problem. So the existence of enterprises is very important in this movement. In Taiwan, they focus on paperless action to make fund with bank and some kind of enterprises. However, in Japan, many companies took action on paperless when the SDGs movement occurred, since it is one of the easiest options to work on. So we have to propose alternative waste problem instead of paper waste. While we research waste problem in Japan, we found food waste, plastic container waste, and clothes waste problem are up for debate recently. Although we haven't found what kind of waste problem should be coped with in the minus plus model in Japan, we want to discuss these matters with more enterprises, and we want to prevail more explicit minus plus model and the power to change movement with more students and more enterprises. Thank you for listening and watching our action in this year. And last, if you want to know our action in more detail, load this QR code and check the articles. And if you want to talk with us or join this movement, please send message to these emails. I want to make PTC movement with you from now on.